All right. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about groundhogs some more. We already talked about them a little bit earlier today. The first thing we're going to do is watch a video about groundhogs. These are just some facts about groundhogs.
So I've got my essay written, and I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here's my essay, and I'm going to click through.
It's almost time for one of our favorite winter holidays, Groundhog Day. Where I live in the United States, every February 2nd we celebrate a day that's pretty close to the halfway point of winter. And all eyes turn to a little animal called the groundhog. Probably the most famous groundhog in the United States lives in a little town in Pennsylvania called Punxsutawney, and he's called Punxsutawney Phil. The story goes that when this groundhog comes up from his underground den and sees his shadow, that means there are 6 weeks of winter left. Now, there aren't many holidays that are just about animals, so we thought now would be a great time to learn more about Phil and the other members of his family. Groundhogs, or as some people call them, woodchucks, belong to a group of animals called rodents. Other kinds of rodents include squirrels, hamsters, and you've got it, sweet, also rats and mice. All rodents have sharp front teeth called incisors. You have incisors too. They're the 4 front teeth right in the front of your mouth, on the top and the bottom. Your incisors are often the first teeth you lose as your permanent teeth start to come in. But rodents like the groundhog don't usually lose their incisors. Instead, their front teeth do something else that's pretty cool. They grow, and they keep growing longer and longer. If the groundhog didn't do something to keep its incisors from growing too long, it'd have a pretty hard time eating. Some groundhogs, like other rodents, chew or gnaw on things like sticks and trees. This wears their teeth down and keeps them nice and short. So if you see a groundhog chewing on wood, it's probably not eating it. It's just filing down its front teeth. But groundhogs do eat lots of different things. Its diet is mostly plants, like grasses, berries, and nuts, but they'll also eat small insects, grubs, and snails if they can find them. And when they're not out looking for food, groundhogs hide, sleep, and raise their families in long underground tunnels called burrows. Burrows can be really big. Many of them are about as long as
Right now
5
we're
or 6
recording,
cars
remember?
parked
Can you
end to
tell me
end.
later?
And
Thank
every
you.
burrow typically has 2 main rooms. One is used as kind of a living room for sleeping and hanging out in. The other is used only as a bathroom. Burrows are also where groundhogs hibernate. Hibernation is kind of like a deep sleep that some animals settle into in order to make it through the winter. When groundhogs hibernate, their heart rate slows down from about 80 beats a minute to as few as 4 or 5 beats a minute. And during hibernation, a groundhog's body temperature changes too. Groundhogs normally have a body temperature that's pretty close to yours, about 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. But when they're hibernating, their body temperature drops all the way down to about 5 degrees Celsius or 41 degrees Fahrenheit. A slower heartbeat and a low body temperature help the groundhog to save energy through the cold winter when they aren't eating. And to get ready for their long hibernation, groundhogs spend most of the fall eating as much as they can. This helps them build up a lot of fat in their bodies. They can then use this fat for energy while they hibernate, because they won't come out of their burrows even to eat from October to March. And that means if old Punxsutawney Phil is up and about on February 2nd to see a shadow, then he must have gotten up a little too early. Thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids. Have you ever wondered why something happens or how something works? Let us know. Leave us a comment below or send us an email at kids@thescishow.com. And we'll see you next time.
All right. Was there anything in that video you didn't know about groundhogs before? Just let me get the lights so we can see a little better. Deleza, what's something you learned in that video?
I didn't know that groundhogs stay for January to March.
Yeah, they stay hidden or hibernating for longer than what we think because we called February 2nd Groundhog Day. Alina, what did you learn? Something new?
They would wake up too early. They will see the shadow.
They could, couldn't they? Drake, did you have something?
I didn't know their teeth could grow that long.
Their teeth just keep growing. That's why they have to eat on things to keep them from getting too long. If they didn't do that, their teeth would get way too long. All right. So let's look at what we're going to be learning and talking about today. Today we will read some kind of text and answer questions. Now, we've been reading a certain kind of text. There's a word that goes here that tells us when we're going to get, what are we going to learn today? Are we going to get something today when we read? It's going to start with this letter. Do you remember what kind of text we call it? Drake, do you remember? Not sure? Deleza, can you help him out? What?
Image?
No, not image. Deleza? No, it's going to start with an I. It's a kind of text. Remember, we've talked about fantasy and fiction. And this last week, we talked about where milk came from and where fruits and vegetables came from. And we called that a certain kind of text. Drake, do you have another idea? I'm going to give you a couple more clues. Nope, close, getting close. Drake, or Jason, you know? You think you know? Informational. And why do we call it informational? Why do we call it informational text? Drake? Right, it's going to give us information. Is informational text fiction or non-fiction? Go ahead and tell me what you think. Non-fiction, right? Because it's real. It's real information about something. So today we are going to read informational text and answer some questions about it. And we will also make predictions today. What's a prediction? Remember what we talked about earlier? Who knows? What's a prediction? Someone besides Drake know an answer? Jason, do you know? What's a prediction? Well, no. Probably wouldn't be able to touch it because remember, it's a really good, Drake? A really good guess, right? We're going to guess. When we guess something, we're making a prediction. But we're going to use information that we know to make that prediction. That's when you make a prediction, you already know something about it, and you'll be able to make a prediction. All right, we're going to go over some vocabulary that's going to be in our informational text. The first word is rodent. Does anyone remember what a rodent is? Alina, do you remember what a rodent is? It is a kind of animal, that's correct. And do you know anything about a rodent, about that animal that makes it a rodent? Let's see. It's a small animal that has a set of teeth in the front. And what are those teeth doing?
Always growing.
Always growing. So we already found out they have these teeth that always grow.
What if their teeth grow into grass?
They wouldn't be able to survive very well. That's why you see rodents, what they tell you, always chewing on something, right? All right, let's look at the next word. Burrowing. Does anyone know what burrowing means, Alexander?
They're digging a burrow out.
Okay, what would a burrow be? Go ahead and tell me.
It's like a thing with so many rooms.
Okay, so is it a hole?
Yes.
Maybe. And could it be a tunnel?
Yeah.
All right, so if a burrowing means they're digging a hole or a tunnel. And we saw in the video that when they dig that hole in a tunnel, they have more than one room in their burrow, don't they?
Yeah, like one for a bathroom.
One was for a bathroom, that's right. All right, let's check out their next word. Hibernate. We should all probably know what hibernate means. Martha, what does hibernate mean?
Like you're sleeping.
Right, and when does an animal hibernate? Stephanie?
In winter.
In the winter, usually, right? So hibernate means to spend the winter sleeping. How many of you would like to spend the whole winter asleep?
Me.
You would?
I'd like.
Oh, not me.
And I'd like run through a window. That's how fast I know. No, I did not live through the window. I don't care about the snow. I just fall asleep.
Just fall asleep. Okay, the last word we're going to see in our reading today is predator. Does anyone know what a predator is, Rudy?
An animal.
And what's that animal do?
Eat.
What's it eat? Eats another animal, doesn't it? So a predator is an animal that hunts another animal. Okay?
Like sharks.
Actually, we have one more word. Pests. What are pests? Deleza, what do you think a pest is?
Maybe a kind of food that you can chop.
No, but that's a good idea. Does anyone else have another guess? Jason, what do you think a pest is?
Something you can.
What do you think a pest does? Rudy, what do you think it does? Last week we had some flies in here and they were being pests. What were they doing?
Flying around.
They're flying around, and when they were flying around and landing, they were doing what, Drake? They were bothering us, weren't they? They were bugging us. And so a pest is an animal that attacks crops or food. So those flies that were in here could be a pest because they were landing on at lunch, they were trying to land on our food, right? So they attack crops or food. So farmers don't want pests in their fields, do they? They don't want their crops to get attacked by that. All right. Okay, I'm going to hand you a little booklet. This is what we're using today for our reading time, okay? This is a little booklet about groundhogs. Jason, since you're my line leader, why don't you hand the rest of those out for me?
At first I thought there was a man on there. There was a groundhog. How can I be groundhog?
And I'm going to give each of you a highlighter because if we find one of these words that we just went over, we're going to highlight it, okay? So we're going to be looking for some words like pests, predator, burrowing, hibernate. What was my other words?
We have to write it.
You're going to write your name where it says name, because that's you. Delisa?
So Mrs. Webb
Give one
you borrow her color?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mrs. Webb and I share things.
That's nice to share.
Well,
What if it's one of my shirts and I
okay. So what? Okay, I'll wait for you. What is the title of our text today? Groundhogs. And you're going to put your name down there at the bottom so you know it's your booklet. There's a reason I'm having you put your name on it. Because at the end, when I ask questions, you're going to use your highlighter to find me the answers. And that's how I'm going to tell if you remembered the information about groundhogs. Okay, let's turn it to page 1. Remember, we're also looking for these vocabulary words that we have. If someone remembers one, if you see one when we're reading, I want you to raise your hand. Okay? I'm going to read today because this is a little bit harder than some of you can read. Okay? So follow along, get ready. Let's start. Groundhogs are rodents. Did you see a word?
Yeah.
Okay, highlight it. What was the word, Drake?
Rodent.
Rodents. Highlight rodents. All right, let's go on. They have brown fur. You don't have to read it with me. I'll just read it today. They have brown fur, a round body, and a bushy tail. They can weigh between 6 to 12 pounds. That's about like what you weighed when you were a baby, when you were first born. Somewhere between 6 and 12 pounds. Groundhogs are found mostly in the United States and Canada. They are commonly known for burrowing. Drake's got his hand up. Does anyone know why Drake has his hand up? Stephanie, why do you think Drake has his hand up?
Because he found a vocabulary.
He found a vocabulary word. Drake, what is it? Burrowing. Highlight burrowing at the bottom of page 1. The bottom of page 1.
Very bad one.
The very last word, isn't it? All right. The very last word. Huh? Okay, we're ready for page 2. Groundhogs like to eat crops like apples, carrots, and flowers. Some even eat insects and tree bark. Have we found a vocabulary word yet? Not yet, have we? Almost. Groundhogs hibernate during the winter. Alina, why are you raising your hand? Hibernate is a vocabulary word. Highlight it. Okay, are you following along? If you're following along, just keep your finger on it, okay? It's right here. Keep your finger on it as we read so you'll know where we are.
Oh, hibernate, right by, right behind groundhog.
Yeah, right behind groundhogs. You're exactly right, Jason. They typically fall asleep in October and usually wake up the second week in February. Okay, the video said something different, didn't she? She said they might stay asleep all the way till March, didn't she?
In October.
But they do fall asleep in October. Like that's when Jason and Stephanie's birthday was, way back in October by Halloween. And they stay asleep all the way till now, plus some more weeks, because it's only February 1st. All right, let's go to page 3. Groundhogs dig burrows that can be up to 66 feet deep. Deleza? Burrows. There it is. We had the word burrowing, but let's go ahead and highlight burrows. Okay. It says groundhogs dig burrows. It's the very first line. Martha, please keep with us. Okay. We're on the third line of this page. They like to dig in open areas such as meadows and farms. This is where they sleep, raise their babies, and hide from predators.
Predator.
We're not on that page. We're on page 3.
Now everyone knows. Predator.
Right here. Okay, why are we raising our hands, my friends? Just tell me.
Predator.
The word predators. Go ahead and highlight predators.
Right by the period right here.
Yes, it is.
Wait, predators?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You got it. You got it. All right. The last sentence says, they also dig lots of tunnels between burrows.
burrow. Again.
Alexander, what is it? Burrows again. Highlight it again. Highlight it again.
In the very highlight. It's in the very last.
I think this is a word we might see a lot.
So after this, what are we doing?
It's so cute, but its mouth is open.
We're going to make our predictions sometime before the end of this class. Okay, here we go. Page 4, are you ready?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, groundhogs are pests for farmers. Deleza? Pests is right here on the board. Highlight pests.
You didn't turn it off.
I didn't turn it off. I wasn't trying to trick you.
Was it on 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You see it?
Okay.
Right here.
Pests.
Okay. Did you find it? Yes, just like what's on the board.
Why didn't I do this?
Okay. Got your fingers ready?
Yep.
They eat crops and dig holes in the soil. They have also been known to damage farm equipment. What does damage mean? Rudy?
Like they're like it breaks.
Yeah, they do something to it so it doesn't work anymore, right? They're going to damage it.
Yeah, like a tractor.
No, you don't need to highlight it. I just wanted to know if you knew what damage meant. The next sentence says, groundhogs are helpful to other animals because they share their burrows and tunnels. Rudy, what is burrows again? One more time. Right toward at the very bottom almost.
Right here. Burrow.
Okay.
There's like 3 burrows and more.
Yes, ma'am. All right, page 5.
Okay. Oh, this is a lot of it. Whoa.
Ready? Are you on 5? Yeah. You sure? Okay. Groundhogs usually live alone, but they will work together to protect one another. Groundhogs communicate through loud, shrill sounds. Does anyone know what communicate means? Deleza?
It means like you can be with someone.
That you can what?
You can be with someone.
Be with someone or talk to them, right? Communicating means you're going to, it might not even be talking. It could be writing a note. You're going to get information from one person to another. You're either going to talk to them, or you're going to send a note or an email or a letter or a card. And if you're contacting someone and telling them something, you're communicating. Okay. They are also known as whistle pigs because of the whistle sounds they also make. So there's another name for a groundhog, a whistle pig. They are skilled climbers and can even swim if they need to. All right, did we have any words highlighted on that page? No, none on that page. Okay, let's go to the last page, page 6.
I have one.
Every year on February 2nd, we celebrate Groundhog's Day. On this day, a groundhog named Phil is said to determine if winter ends and spring starts. If he comes out of his burrow and sees his shadow, they say we will have 6 more weeks of winter.
That really won't happen.
What is it?
Burrow!
Burrow, one last time. Okay, go ahead and highlight burrow.
There's a lot of burrows.
There were a lot of burrows. Okay, there's only one on that page. All right, now keep your highlighter out because we're going to find some answers. B-U-R, did you find it? Thank you, Martha. All right, now I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to look in your book and see if you can find the answer. And then when we find it, we're going to highlight it, okay? So the first question is, don't say it out loud, okay? What do groundhogs eat? Now look in your book and find the page that tells us what groundhogs eat. And then I want you to highlight it. Use your highlighter. Highlight the sentence that tells us what groundhogs like to eat.
One thing.
Go ahead and highlight it because this is how I'm checking to see if you remember.
Is this the page where
I don't know. Read that. Groundhogs?
groundhogs like to eat?
Okay. Is that the page where it tells what they like to eat? Then I want you to highlight what they like to eat.
Do we just highlight one thing they eat?
Nope. Highlight all the things that they eat. The whole sentence that tells what they eat. Actually, I believe there's 2 sentences that tells you what groundhogs like to eat.
Bruh. They eat crops.
Okay, highlight it. Highlight the whole sentence.
Like
Or the items. You can highlight the items. But there are more than 3 items.
Then we do like
Just highlight this. Yep, highlight the sentence. Ground. So what we're doing is in informational text, sometimes you have to go look for the answer. Find the sentence that tells you. Dillies, I think there's some more. There's some more. Make sure you're highlighting all the items that they like to eat. There's all kinds of items. What else? Look. Okay. Go ahead and do that. I would give you credit for that because that would be right.
Is this right? Okay. I got it wrong.
Okay.
Says.
Crops. All right. Does everybody have it?
Is this right?
How much are in this?
Did you find the page where they like to eat? Okay, that says groundhogs dig. So that's not the one that says like to. Groundhogs like to eat.
I got it wrong.
Okay. So what do they eat?
Are there 3 on one of the pages?
Highlight the answer. And there could be more than one answer on there. There could be 3 answers. There could be 5 answers. Depends on what you actually highlighted. Not everybody will have maybe the same thing highlighted. Okay. Now, next one. Where do groundhogs dig? Where do groundhogs dig? So now you're going to be looking for what word to help you? Dig. So you're going to look for the page that has the word dig on it, and it should tell you where they dig. Here's how you spell dig. D-I-G. This is the word you're looking for to help give you the clue. Did you find it? Okay, highlight it where they like to dig. It says they like to dig.
Yeah. Burrows.
You see where it says they like to dig? Okay. Groundhogs dig burrows that can be up to 66 feet deep. They like to dig in open areas such as meadows and farms.
I'm already done.
I just highlight.
I can look through these.
Okay. Is everybody found the answer? Martha, do you need help?
I need help.
No, I thought you found it. Where does it say they like to dig?
I found it now. I can't find it. Yeah.
Where does it say they like to dig?
Oh.
Groundhogs dig burrows that can be up to 66 feet deep. They like to dig in open areas such as meadows and farms. Did you get it?
Right. Meadows. Meadows is one wrong.
That one's okay. That's okay.
I died on this note.
That's enough.
I messed up.
You messed up? I hope not. Okay, what do groundhogs do in their burrows?
Sleep.
What do groundhogs do in their burrows?
I think I packed that page already.
Okay, I think it's going to be close to where you found out what they dig or where they dig.
There.
Do you think that would be a good clue? They do more than one thing in there. As long as you highlight one thing that they do in their burrows, I won't count it wrong. Highlight one thing they do in their burrows.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay.
Okay, here's the burrow.
Dig home
It's on this page.
in the.
I'm going to give you a clue. It's on page 3.
Oh, I did it. I put sleep.
Oh, it's okay.
Good job. Yep. Okay. Somewhere on page 3, it's going to tell you what they do in their burrow.
On page 4.
They sleep. Give me another one that's right by that. Okay, the last question. You have to find it in your book. What day is Groundhog Day? Find it in your book and highlight it.
Oh, they read. Friday.
Okay, it's not Friday, because tomorrow is the day, and it's not Friday. So look in your book. You're looking for the information. The information is going to be in your book of when Groundhog Day is. When is Groundhog Day? Someone tell me.
February 2nd.
February 2nd. So someone go look in your book for February 2nd. Raise their babies. I said, this is where they sleep, raise their babies, and hide from predators. What do they do in a burrow?
Sleep. They sleep.
Okay, we'll highlight something that they do in their burrow, as long as you have one thing. Okay, now you're looking for when is Groundhog Day. Did it tell us that at the beginning of the story?
No.
When did it tell us when Groundhog Day was?
At the very end.
At the very end of the story. So you need to look toward the end of the story to find the answer so you can highlight it. Which one are you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for
What they do in their burrow? Okay. So here they dug their burrows, and it says, this is where they
sleep.
Okay, what else do they do there? Okay. After you find the answer to when is Groundhog Day, you can shut your booklet. Okay?
I'm already found it. I don't know.
Okay. Stephanie helped us and told us that the answer was toward the end of the story. And they said that Groundhog Day is February 2nd.
There's more on 3, right? Because I just did sleep.
Are you done with that? Are you done? Okay. You can hold on to your highlighter for a minute. Okay. Okay, look for February 2nd. You're looking for the answer to that.
Do we have to do, I did sleep, and do we have to do more?
Do one more.
Okay.
Do one more and then go find the answer to when is Groundhog Day.
Oh, I already did that.
Okay.
Fine. Well, that can actually happen.
Okay, we're going to start doing more like these so that you can start finding the answers in your text. That means you're reading for detail and finding the answers that you need to answer the questions.
I can't find it.
Are you at the end of the story? Well, read that. What's that say, Jason? What are you looking for? You don't even know what you're looking for? Okay, what was the question? When is Groundhog Day? Okay, so you're looking for February 2nd. Look through there. First of all, how will we know what will be a clue that it might say February? What will be a clue that it might say February, Drake?
Can I help?
Okay, what about the February part?
Can I help?
It will have a what?
And then Martha too?
There'll be a 2. Drake's giving us some hints. There'll be a 2, and then the February will have what? Well, but what will February have that will give us a clue that it might be the word February? What do months have to have? What do they start with?
A Y.
Alexander? No, that wasn't, I was asking a question. Okay, listen. February is a month. And months start with what? A capital letter. Right? Does February start with mm? No. What sound does February start with? So what letter are you looking for?
F.
F. And you're looking for one that's a capital F, right? Yes, got it. Okay, just hold on to those. We've got to make our predictions. Okay, let's think again. What is a prediction? It's a good guess. Okay? Do we know what Punxsutawney Phil's going to do tomorrow?
No.
Do we know what the weather's like in Pennsylvania tomorrow?
No.
Yeah, but where's the rest of it? That just says February. February what? Where's the number at? Isn't it a number?
Can I help Martha? They do that.
I think Actually, no, you can't. Go ahead, Delisa. Go back to your seat. Martha, we're looking for the date, February 2nd. Okay? And we said it was at the end of the story. Is this the end of the story? Okay, so you need to get to the end. Is this the end of the story? Okay, try to see if you can maybe find it by looking for the end. Okay, we're looking for the words February 2nd. Okay, what's something we know Punxsutawney Phil will need if he's going to see his shadow? Alexander?
Sunlight.
He's going to need some kind of light. Okay? So today, when you make your prediction about the groundhog, if you think that yes, there will be some light and he will see his shadow, you're going to stick your groundhog on this side. I'm going to give you a piece of tape to put it up. If you think it's going to be cloudy in Pennsylvania tomorrow and he's not going to see his shadow, you're going to put it on no. I don't think he will see his shadow. Okay? Now don't forget where you put it, so tomorrow we can check our predictions, okay? All right. So we're going to put our predictions up, and then we're going to talk a little tiny bit more about predictions, and then I'm going to let you watch a story called The Night Before Groundhog Day. All right. Who is our lucky duck today? That would be Jason. Jason, where is your groundhog?
Right there.
All right, Jason, are you going to guess that yes, Punxsutawney Phil will see his shadow, or no, he will not? Stick it up there.
Yes.
Okay. Stick it on the yes side then. All right. I'm looking for someone who looks like they're ready and has their groundhog. Stephanie, that looks like you. Stephanie is going to make her prediction. She is going to guess that, yes, Punxsutawney Phil is going to see his shadow. Alexander, you look ready. Alexander is going to come and guess his, other side, his best guess of if Punxsutawney Phil is going to see his shadow. Oh, Alexander is going for no. Alexander thinks there's not going to be enough sunlight tomorrow for Punxsutawney Phil to see his shadow. And that must mean that Alexander would really like for it to be spring.
Yeah, I want it to be spring, so it'll be my birthday.
All right, Martha.
She's gonna think
Martha is going to guess
summer.
summer. It's not going to be summer, it would be spring.
Told you.
Oh, she said yes. Rudy, are you ready? Rudy is going to predict that Punxsutawney Phil is not going to see his shadow. Alina. Delise, are you the only one left? Nope, someone else is left. Who else hasn't put theirs up? Drake? Okay. All right.
I really want it to be my birthday.
Alina's very much thinking it over, trying to figure out what choice she's going to make. She says yes. We're going to have some more winter. All right, Drake.
Where's Drake? Pick for it so it's my birthday. It won't be your birthday until spring. I know. All the way over there. You and my birthday. I know, but I wanted to pick that so it'll be spring more and it'll be my
Drake is
birthday.
thinking seriously. Oh, he's having trouble deciding. Oh, he's going to choose yes. He's going to see his shadow. We're going to have more winter. Deleza. Deleza is our last prediction today. And she is going, let's see what she chooses. Oh, hard choice. She says no. It's going to be spring soon. All right, let's talk about some other predictions that might happen. Now, okay, I want you to be a partner with the person right behind you. Nope, with the person right behind you. So, Jason, that's Martha for you. Delisa, Drake, Rudy, Alina, Alexander, Stephanie. That way you don't have to move much. You don't need to get together. You're just, Delisa, you don't need to get together. You're just going to talk. Okay, you're going to make a prediction about this. A boy is running in the hallway. He might talk to your friend, talk to your partner. What might happen? Make a prediction. All right, Rudy and Alina, what do you think might happen?
He might fall.
Oh, who else thought that? Who else said he might fall? Did everyone say he might fall?
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's the next one. There are dark clouds in the sky. I predict that, talk to your friend. Jason, talk to Martha. Delisa and Drake, what do you think?
We think it's gonna storm.
It might storm. What did you say, Alexander? What did you and Stephanie say?
Windy and rainy.
It might be rainy. You predict that it might rain, Rudy?
Rain.
Rain. Jason and Martha?
Rain.
Rain.
I heard it one time.
Okay. The next one is, if I forget to write my name on my paper, I predict. Jason and Martha, what do you think? If you forget to write your name on your paper, what might happen?
You might throw it away.
Mrs. Madison might throw it away. What else, Delisa?
You might throw it away and be lucky.
Rudy, what do you think?
You might not know who it is.
Mrs. Madison wouldn't know who it belongs to, would she? Then she wouldn't know who to say, yay, or put a sticker on it. Well, Alexander and Stephanie, what'd you say?
That we said you might crumble it up and then break it like that.
I might crumble it up and break it. All right. It's time to go to specials. So we'll watch the video when you get back from specials. Put your highlighter and your booklet on Miss Jessica's table as you line up, please.
Even
And your highlighter.
Oh,
And your highlighter.